Georgia leaders condemn Jason Spencer, lawmaker who used slurs on Sacha Baron Cohen show by the New York Times. Well, Jason Spencer, a Republican state rep in Georgia, found himself on the wrong end of a Sacha Baron Cohen prank that aired Sunday night on Showtime. It was the second episode of Who is America? Mr. Cohen's latest foray into duping unsuspected participants into saying embarrassing things, but Mr. Spencer's segment was one of the most humiliating yet to air on the show. Well, Mr. Cohen was playing a character named Aaron Murad, an Israeli anti-terrorism expert who, in the first episode, fooled several current and former lawmakers and gun rights advocates into expressing support for arming youth children. In Sunday night's episode, the Murad character pursued Mr. Spencer to take part in what he believed was anti-terrorism training. For Mr. Spencer, it went downhill from there. In a series of wince-inducing scenes, Mr. Cohen got him to yell a racial epithet and drop his pants on camera by telling him that those tactics would scare terrorists away. Now, at the end of the episode, Mr. Spencer used another slur in referring to people from the Middle East. By Monday morning, he came under intense criticism from leading Republicans in Georgia. He issued an apology but rejected calls for his resignation. Yes, well, this was huge, and this was it was very embarrassing. Well, Mr. Spencer isn't quite as prominent as the other lawmakers that Mr. Cohen has fooled, including Representative Dana Rohrabacher, Republican of California, and Senator Bernie Sanders, the Vermont Independent. But you might have heard his name before. Mr. Spencer, a 43-year-old physician assistant, was elected to the Georgia House in 2010 from Woodbine, near the southeastern tip of Georgia. Now, this is his fourth term, and his last for now at least. In May, he lost his primary election to a political newcomer, Stephen Saines. He had a reputation of being combative, and a knack for attracting negative attention, which may have been what brought him to the attention of Mr. Cohen. In 2016, shortly after President Trump won the election, Mr. Spencer filed and then withdrew following an outcry, a bill that critics said would have effectively banned Muslims from wearing veils in public. Well, anyways, last summer, Mr. Spencer got into a Facebook exchange with a former Georgia lawmaker, an African-American attorney named LaDawn Jones, who supported the removal of Confederate statues. In a comment that had threatening racial overtones, Mr. Spencer told Miss Jones, "Look like you are afflicted with the same poison you claim to fight against. I can guarantee you won't be met with torches, but something a lot more definitive. People in South Georgia are people of action, not drama." He added that people who want the statues removed will go missing in Okefenokee, referring to a swamp in Georgia. Well, yes, anyways, feel free to comment your thoughts, and we just wanted to report how we will not get that into this and what people did after this, but we just wanted to report how he used slurs on Sacha on the Sacha Baron Cohen show, and did some pretty embarrassing things, and we'll leave it at that. For now, yes, we just wanted to report this news, and till next time.